Good morning. Oh, okay. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, is my microphone off? Your microphone is off.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Do you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
yes, I can.
Oh, yeah.
I'm coming across loud and clear.
Yes. How about my sound? Is it okay? Is there a
You're
problem?
no, you're good. You're good.
Oh, oh, yeah. Great.
So you're getting ready for Christmas. Christmas is very big in the Philippines, correct?
Oh, yes, yes. But in my religion, we don't celebrate Christmas. What we celebrate is New Year only. How about you, Leo? Are you
Uh,
preparing for Christmas?
Actually, I'm looking out the window and it's just starting snow.
Snow. Oh.
So yeah, Christmas is very big for us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are Catholic, even though I don't practice,
Okay.
but my family is very big into Christmas.
Mm.
So,
Yep.
oh boy. Um, sorry,
It's
I
okay.
might have to take that. Can you give me 2 minutes?
Oh, sure, sure, no worries.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hello? I'm fine. I'm actually on a Zoom call. Can you give me an hour and call me back? Uh, or better yet, schedule a Zoom call. I don't like phone calls. You have my link to schedule a Zoom call or meet me on Zoom in an hour? Okay. The term, the term. What do you mean? Well, an hour from now. Yep. All right. Bye. Sorry about that.
It's okay. No worries.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to. Well, first of all, I wanted to share some of the training videos that I had,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going through them this morning, and I have to say that I was embarrassed
Mm.
because we were talking about. I started on training video number 14. And
Oh.
training video number 14, we were talking about, turning a bad conversation into a positive conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say that I was embarrassed because I actually raised my voice. And
Oh.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand in the Philippines, you are very sensitive
Oh.
to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are very conservative, very sensitive. And I thought, gee, I can't send these videos. Because it's
Oh.
one thing when I'm talking to my employees that have been with me for 6 years
Mm-hmm.
and understand who I am and how I talk, and I get passionate and I raise my voice.
Mm-hmm.
I can't send these videos out with people that I don't know and don't understand who I am and how I function.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to create new training videos.
Okay.
Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I was embarrassed when I caught myself raising my voice, even though it
Mm-hmm.
was only to emphasize a point, like I'm doing now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But someone coming in and starting at that point, I look like an idiot, and we can't start that.
Okay.
So, um, you pronounce your name Emerlin?
Oh, yes, Emerlyn, or you can call me Ems. Yeah.
Ems? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Ems is easier.
Yes, yes.
I wanted to say that you probably have the best job in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Most people your age spend their lives on Facebook and don't get paid for it. You're going to do that and get paid for it. So I think I think
Mm-hmm.
you have one of the best jobs in the world. And the other reason why I think you have one of the best jobs in the world is I've trained quite a few virtual assistants in the last 15 years or so, and
Mm-hmm.
some of them have gone on to start their own marketing businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you really take this training to heart,
Mm-hmm.
you will do well. You're going to be taught a lot of business tools, and you can use these business tools to start your own business. You're going to meet a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with you coming back to us after you start your own business and becoming a subcontractor to us.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I ask is that you devote 1.5 or 2 years to us. When I say
Mm-hmm.
us, I'm talking about odd jobs and other clients that I have.
Yeah.
Devote 1.5 years to us, and really learn the project, really learn how to create relationships. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No
Yeah.
matter what you do, you're going to be doing a lot of things, but the reason why you're doing those things is just to build trusted relationships. That's all it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Your job is to build trusted relationships with stepping stone relationships with people
Mm-hmm.
who are going to end up bringing in 1 million or 2 million or 5 million, sometimes $10 million worth of business over time to these clients. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to teach you how to be the expert at that. And I'm going to try and be as patient as I can because I know that you're doing this for the first time. And if I raise my voice, it's not because I'm mad, it's because I'm
Mm-hmm.
passionate. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, one example that I want to give you is we have a mortgage broker client who does $200 million each year in mortgages from using these strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, these strategies work. Most of the time, you will be working on LinkedIn. I had a quick conversation with Justin yesterday, your boss.
Mm-hmm.
Um, about creating different profiles on LinkedIn. We need you to be kind of an expert at creating profiles because we need to create profiles so they start aging because when you help them hire a salesperson or a handyman or whatever it is, they need to have a profile, and a new profile is almost worthless because you can only add 100 connection requests per week. And even when you do that and you stay under the guidelines, they still can restrict your account or delete your account. So it takes a long time to go from 0 followers to 10,000 followers. And if you do that with 10 different accounts, then you can
Mm-hmm.
do 10 times the work. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay. Do you have any experience using VPNs or I forget which one I use now. Go to, sorry, oops, I can't do that.
For VPN, I haven't used it yet. I
Yeah.
never had used VPN.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Remote PC. You've used remote PC before?
Oh, for international, no, but I have experience working for international clients, but without
Okay.
using VPN. Yeah.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
how are you working? Are you using your own profiles, or are you connecting through the client's computer to get access to their profiles? How does that work?
Well, for Facebook account, they're just giving us what they call this collaboration or the access. Actually, for my client, we are using CRM, HubSpot. So when it comes to posting some marketing materials on HubSpot, we can automatically post some marketing materials there without opening his account. I haven't opened it open his account with with his Facebook or social media sites. I am not sure on how my colleagues use it, but maybe they're just directly open the accounts without having a problem. But
Right.
definitely, my colleagues and my previous employer uses a high security to avoid spam or what they call this getting hacked for that account.
Okay.
Mhm,
Um, all right. We are not so much about marketing, even though you are going to be posting some marketing material.
mhm,
I don't believe marketing works because think about it. When someone tries to sell you something,
mhm,
the first thing you do is you put up a wall and you say, okay, you're trying to sell me something. And
mhm,
sometimes that can feel like an attack, right?
mhm,
An attack is the opposite of what we want to do. So we do share some marketing material, but when we share it, we ask for a comment or we ask for an opinion. What do you think of this? Should I use different terminology? Should I use different colors or fonts or whatever it is? We do it in a way to ask for an opinion. And when they're reading the material, they're saying, maybe this could help me." You see what I'm getting at?
yes, yes, interaction. Yeah.
Interaction. So it's getting their opinion, it's getting their
Mhm.
engagement, it's getting it's reaching them through the side door, not the front door. The
Yeah.
front door can be very confrontational.
Yeah.
Um, and a lot of times we try and use their interests to create relationships first before we try even to approach them.
Mhm.
I'm going to use a, a quick example here, a case study here, because I think it's very important. And,
Mhm.
and forgive me for the long story, but this is important for you to understand why the mortgage agent does $200 million a year because
Mhm.
he uses stepping stone relationships. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so I don't know if I told you the last time, I had a LinkedIn account. It's been deleted 8 times already because because of certain views that I have. I believe we should have freedom of choice. We
Mhm.
should have freedom as to what we put into our bodies in terms of vaccinations and stuff. And
Mhm.
LinkedIn had different policies and procedures around that. You're not supposed to
Mhm.
talk negatively about your government or anything like that. So I have a real problem with censorship. Okay.
Okay.
Because of that, my LinkedIn account has been deleted 8 times. So even though I consider myself a LinkedIn expert, I don't have a LinkedIn account, which is a real problem. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but the principles still apply because even though I don't like LinkedIn policies, LinkedIn is still one of the best business tools available to small businesses today. Okay. I truly
Mhm.
believe that. So one example, my ideal clients, and actually I'm working with an ideal client now. My ideal client is to work with custom home builders. Okay. The reason why I like working with custom home builders is because the projects are so big. You know, they build, if they find a client that wants to build $1 million home or a $5 million home, it could take a year or 2 years to build and they make a lot of profit from one client. So that's why they're my favorite. Anyways, my one of my assistants who lives in the Philippines was
Mhm.
working through my account um, on LinkedIn, and she saw a post, and your job is to look at Facebook, look at LinkedIn, at posts, and look at interesting conversations. Okay,
Mhm.
interesting conversations that might attract your ideal client. In this case, ideal client for odd jobs might be someone who runs well, I'm getting two different stories mixed up now, who runs, let's say real estate for the Royal Bank or takes care of all the real estate for, for their company. So we need to find that title, director of real estate or something. I'm recording this, so don't take any notes. Just
Okay.
try and be present with me. I will share this with you.
Okay.
Um, so your job.
you and I are going to work together over the next couple of weeks to figure out who the ideal clients are. And your job is mainly to create those relationships with people who are in charge of real estate. So, a quick example, I'll change stories for a
Mhm.
second. A quick example is one of my assistants again was doing a test project for oddjobs.ca, and we happened to find in a conversation this person who was in charge of real estate, director of real estate for the Royal Bank. Royal Bank is a very big bank here in Canada, and we estimated someone like that. A client like that should be worth between $500,000 and $2 million a year, and then the conversation quickly escalated. You guys do, she asked the question, do you guys do drywall repairs? And we said, of course we do. That is one of the biggest projects that we do. Okay. And that conversation happened within 3 or 4 comments within 1 or 2 days. Okay. So that conversation alone should be worth about $2 million in commercial jobs for odd jobs. Okay. So your job will be to scour LinkedIn looking for opportunities like that. And when you find an opportunity like that, you would look at her profile, you would search her on Facebook,
Mhm.
you would search on Instagram and so on, and find out what her interests are. Okay, this one happens to be, we just talked about, whatever subject it was. You agree with whatever she says, and then you try to start a personal, a one-to-one conversation. And this happened within 2 days. That's short. I don't recommend you try and do it that quickly, but my assistant has been with me for over 6 years. She understands how to use, or how to ask the right questions, and she did it pretty quickly. I'm going to suggest you don't try to do it that quickly, and I'm going to go back to the original story that I wanted to tell you, which was the custom home builder. Again,
Mhm.
same assistant was working through my profile, and she happened to see a conversation on LinkedIn about, and it was a builder who was looking for some equipment, a front end loader, a trailer, a bobcat, and a truck. He wanted to lease some equipment, and he was asking questions. Does anyone have any good recommendations in terms of a leasing company? And of course, we've used leasing companies before with other clients, and we said, yeah, we've used other leasing companies. Um, do you mind if I put him in touch with you? And he said, yeah, if you can help me with that problem, that would be awesome. So immediately she made me aware of this conversation. I went through my database to find out who we have in leasing, and I called them, and I said, well, I called them and they were both on holidays, okay, at the same time, which is unheard of. So I did a quick search on LinkedIn for a
Mhm.
leasing company in Alberta, Canada, and we found one. We found one that worked for the company. I said, I need to speak with your boss about a VIP client. She immediately put me in touch on the phone with the boss, and I said, I've got a VIP client who needs this, 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 this. Would you mind taking care of this client personally? And she said, sure, I would be glad to. So she reached out to him, um, and and then about a week later or so, my assistant followed up with that custom home builder. Oh, by the way, did you manage to get your equipment? And he said, oh, by the way, I meant to thank you for that. Yes, that person was awesome. She helped me. We are in the process of getting that equipment. Very service oriented. We were very happy. Okay. And then we dropped the conversation, but we kept following that custom home builder, and in another conversation, or maybe the same conversation, he was talking about how much he's working and he feels guilt that he's not spending enough time with his kid. Then again, my assistant saw an opportunity there, and because we have in Alberta a soccer coach that has a league for fathers and sons to play soccer together. Okay. So again, she made that suggestion through my profile saying, we've got this program where you spend time in the league playing soccer with your son, and because it's regularly scheduled, you put it on your calendar and you spend time. And again, he loved the program. He kept raving about the program. And then the third way we helped him was he was talking about on another conversation about how his dog was unruly, chewing his shoes and stuff. So we found a dog trainer to help him train his dog. Then there was a fourth one, and I forget what the fourth one was. After the fourth one, he eventually says, Leo, you've helped me 4 times already. I don't even know what kind of work you do, right? And I just blurted out, we help companies redesign their businesses so they can get to the next level much faster and spend quality of life with their families, right? And then I changed the subject because he was not ready for that, right? A couple of months later, he sends me an email and says, Leo, I've got this problem with this subcontractor. I know you help companies. Can you help me with this problem? You see what I mean? So
Mhm.
if I helped them the first time and I immediately said, by the way, we do this, this, and this, I would have pushed them away. Because I was patient and I allowed him to come to me and ask me a question about a problem with one of his subcontractors and can I help him? Now he sees me as the expert. Okay. And now he's a client because we did that. Okay. Now, the projects you're working on are not, $5 million, $10 million projects. These are average $800 projects. So you don't have to put on such kid gloves because, it's not high pressure sales. The average project for odd jobs is $800, right? So you can be a little more forthcoming um, in terms of what your intentions are, but you still have to build trust first. Okay. A lot of the people you're going to reach out to are going to be, heads of real estate for the commercial side, on the
Mhm.
residential side. And we want 80% commercial, or preferably 90% commercial. So, which means you're going to go after the, the million, $2 million client. But on the residential side, you're going to go after building relationships with real estate agents, mortgage brokers, home inspectors, contractors, because contractors really don't have time to go fix a window crank or fix the dishwasher that the dog stepped on the door and pulled the dishwasher forward, or, scratches on the drywall, or, all the different things. They don't have time for that, or fix the toilet paper holder because it keeps falling off, right? Or someone, a teenager slammed the door open and knocked a hole on the wall and we need to fix the drywall. Okay, so those projects are going to be much smaller, so you can be a little more forthcoming on those projects, but you still have to build trust relationships first. Does that make sense so far?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay, so you're going to use what I just said, computer. I don't even know what services we use, but you're going to be
Mm-mm.
using. Crap! I hate when I forget stuff like this. Remote PC. Okay,
Mhm.
you're going to use a service like Remote PC to access computers that are in oddjobs.ca's office,
Mhm.
and you're going to access different profiles on Facebook, LinkedIn, and you're going to respond to emails, and you're going to search for opportunities as Justin or one of his salespeople or one of his contractors, or depending on the different profile. Okay. And VPNs will be set up in those profiles, so you don't have to worry about that. You will
Okay.
have access um, to programs like Dragon Naturally Speaking. The reason why I wear these is because I use that. Did you figure out how fast you type?
Um, 40 to 50 words per minute.
Okay. By using Dragon Naturally Speaking, you will be typing between 800 and 1,000 words per minute. So you will be a lot more efficient. So these are one of the tools that I mentioned before that will get you to be very efficient and produce results very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because as an example, you can have a Word document with 50 or 100 different pre-written emails, right? But then you have to search for it and then copy and paste it and customize it. By having commands on the program, you have a list of the commands. You say the command, it appears. You you customize it, you send it, and it looks like you spent an hour typing that email when really you spent 30 seconds. Okay. So you look very efficient and very professional at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that make sense so far?
Oh, yes, yes. To tell you, before I work as a chat support, so it needs to be in a second or in a minute we should respond to any ticket. So I have an idea, and you mentioned a while ago to there's a command or a code. Let's say number one, it says template that would yeah use for that script for responding to that email or concern.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a computer program where you say number one and it prints out number one.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I was wondering how that was done. I thought it was just a bot doing that.
I actually forget that, but that was way back 2020. But I have an idea and how that before I've used that before for chat support. But
Okay.
I'll just ask someone who used it before. I'll just ask if that's needed for this work.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
your conversations well, chat support, your conversation could be, you have a beginning and an end, and that could
Mm-hmm.
last 10 minutes. These
Mm-hmm.
conversations may last weeks or months. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and sometimes you have to scroll up to say, okay, what did I tell this person? And what do I need to say next? Because there are 4 or 5 different questions that you ask a business owner, as an example, to get
Mm-hmm.
engagement. Because a lot of business owners um, don't have time to engage. So you really have to capture their attention. And there are some questions that you ask to get engagement, such as talking about, finding quality employees. That's always a problem for them, right? So depending on the conversation, you will have spreadsheets of questions and answers that you can quickly follow to make your job easier. But if I were to summarize your job is to look for opportunities or create opportunities by asking questions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You will spend quite a bit of time on Facebook groups, as an example. We have a group called Handyman Support Group, I believe. Um, so the idea for that group is for us to attract future franchises from that group or attract employees for odd jobs um, so we can start expanding the company. So your job is to create those opportunities so the company can expand. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's not high pressure. It's fun work. It's imaginative work because you're using your brain to be very imaginative. Whenever you find a question or a question from a client that you don't know, then you would mark it on red, or you would copy the URL of the person and send it to me, then that would help you. So I will be training you throughout the whole process. There's really no right or wrong answer, but there are answers that produce better results.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're never alone. Whenever you have a question, what should I do about this? Then copy their URL, send it to me. We will uh, we will create a WhatsApp group, um, and and we can help you answer that. Either I answer it live with you, or I answer it and then you check back a couple days later to see what the answer was. But before you look at the answer, I want you to write your own answer, then compare it to what was written. Then that way you're learning as well, and you're not being lazy and getting me to solve all your problems for you. Okay.
Yes, I understand.
So that's basically the job. I mean, it's a fun job.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to new people every day, so hopefully you like talking to new people, and you're being creative. So that's the position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes, it's very interesting and challenging as well. The position is really challenging and interesting.
Yeah.
I can see that I will learn a lot from this job.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Mhm.
Um, have you created profiles? You've created your own Facebook and LinkedIn profiles.
Mhm.
Um, So we need someone to create these profiles for future employees that we haven't hired yet. Are you comfortable doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, as long as there are yes, the content that I'll be needing. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the content, I mean,
Mm,
nothing is, nothing should be
just a
perfect.
profile.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
just creating the profile. We also need, cell phone numbers to verify those profiles. So that's something that I will discuss with Justin on the next call.
Yeah.
Um, and the other thing we need is we build a lot of websites. We need to build other profiles or other brands for odd jobs, and we need to create websites for that. So we need a lot of content. And even after the websites are created, we need to add, daily content, video content, as well as written content. And we call that content rewriting. And what you do is you search for the 5 top websites in that category, whatever category. It could be about,
Mm-hmm.
um, fixing a kitchen door or something. You find 3 or 4 or 5 different articles, you read it, you take the best points from each of
Mm-hmm.
the articles, you write your own, and then you publish it to the website.
Yeah.
Um, So we need a lot of that. Would you be comfortable doing that?
Yes, yes. Yeah. Actually, recently I had my training as a SMM, and we have 21 days campaign, so we have to promote ourselves as freelancer or a social media manager. So we have these different topics about us. So we what I used to do is to check on websites about some contents and then rephrase it and make it on my own
Okay,
and check it. I use plagiarism detector to make sure that my content is mine. Yeah.
right. And Grammarly?
Yes, Grammarly or a Killbot for rephrasing, or yeah, that
Okay,
helps my grammar. Yeah.
right. I've asked Justin to get Grammarly the pro version
Nice.
because grammar in the Philippines is not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Even the people who have English degrees, they still let the odd thing, and it goes by Grammarly Pro. So, and this is why I like to pre-write emails, put them on the spreadsheet in different categories. Now we can just copy and paste, or better yet, drag and naturally speaking,
Mhm.
and write everything. When getting to the habit, I know it takes more time. When you're writing something on LinkedIn or Facebook, open up Grammarly, write it on Grammarly, then copy and paste. It's more work, but if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right, right?
Yeah.
And when you go through that trouble of writing an email, ask yourself, how often am I going to use this email and add more content? Then that way you can make it a command and you can use it over and over again. I probably have at least 200 commands. Some of them I never use again because I forget about them or they need to be updated. But the ones that I use often. Okay. And you will quickly realize there are conversations. There are conversations about employees. There are conversations about, working hard and, quality of life and so on. There are conversations about, now I'm drawing a blank. There are conversations about working hard. Okay. Again, depending, I have to keep switching gears because you are on a different demographic with odd jobs. So
Mm-hmm.
what I would like for you to do and keep track of your time, and I understand you're still on holidays. If you have some time, find some articles on how to repair um, holes in drywall, but not from a do-it-yourself perspective, from a professional perspective, because we don't want to encourage do-it-yourself type work. Okay. Um, so one example is that most companies will come in, cut out the hole, put a new patch, a new piece of drywall, tape it around, and use paint to touch it up. Your article should say that is the lowest level, and you will always, 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 always see the touch up. Okay. So that is the economy level. The next level is, you still do all those steps, but instead of just painting the patch, you're painting the whole wall and creating a feature wall. Okay. With a brighter color paint. Okay. So that's let's call that the gold level or the silver level. The platinum level is when you repair it and you paint the whole room. Okay. So you're giving them 3 different budgets as to their expectation, and you want to downplay the budget, and you want to call it economy budget level or whatever it is, because you really want to downplay it because you want them to upgrade. And on the second and third level, you want to talk about, raising the value of their home. The budget is going to lower the value of the home because as soon as someone walks into that room, they're going to see the patch. Okay. Even if we're using the exact same paint, the client had some paint left over, the old wall is going to be faded. The patch is going to it's going to look new. So even though it's exact same paint, okay, it's going to look different. Okay. So we want to sell, we want the average job to go from $800 to at least $1,200. Okay. So when you're writing content, that's one of your examples. So will you take that assignment on for me?
Oh, yes, yes, definitely. When can I pass it? Submit it to you?
Submit it to me as soon as you have it ready.
Mm-hmm. What
Um,
is it again? Drywall paint,
uh,
right?
Drywall repairs or
Drywall repairs.
fixing a hole in drywall. And we need to do search term. Um, a search term might be how to fix a hole in drywall.
Mm.
Okay,
It's
so
like the assignment of Justin that was sent to me.
okay,
It's like, yeah, it was the same. Yeah.
okay. Except this time it's going to be published. So
Yes, it's a professional one. Yeah,
yes. So
I
keep
got it.
track of your hours. You have you're tracking your hours.
Oh, so I'm gonna use the time tracker for this?
Yes, yes. It is an
Uh,
assignment, so we are going to publish it. So make it good and do some research. But
mhm.
a lot of the research you're going to get is going to be for do-it-yourselfers. And talk about that. You can do it yourself, and here is the expected result, right? You're always going to see the patch, assuming that you know how to do it. And it's not as easy as it looks. So you can choose to do it yourself. You can choose the economy or budget level, or you can choose the silver or the platinum where you get the whole room painted. Okay. Um,
Mhm.
and we're going to publish that on Facebook, LinkedIn, and probably a link on Twitter and stuff like that. So your job to start will be to make sure we have all these accounts um, set up.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. I don't want to
Yeah.
overload you. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. Okay, so I'm already starting to feel that you're starting to get overwhelmed. But just remember, your job is going to be fun,
Yeah.
and you're going to be learning as you're having fun, and someone's going to pay you for having fun. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, 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 definitely.
Okay. So you have a good, a quiet place for you to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Internet connection. I know you don't have a lot of control over that. Um, what is your computer that you use? Is it reliable?
Yes, yes. This is my old computer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
16 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes. You know how
Um, yes, yes. It's 16.
16? Okay. Um, yeah, so take care of your equipment. You've got good headphones. Do you know what brand that is?
My headphone.
Yeah. Is it Logitech or I don't recognize those?
It's not Logitech. It's just a not that branded headset,
Okay.
but it works fine for me. Yeah.
I'm concerned about Dragon Naturally Speaking because some headphones don't work very well with it,
Yes, yes.
and Logitech works well with them. Okay.
Yes, it's a branded one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's leave the conversation here. Do you have any other questions? Are you
Oh, yes, I do. Regarding my assignment, do you have preferred words, number of words, or I just have to create it? It's like a blog, right? A
yeah,
blog content. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't really care about the number of words. I mean, it shouldn't be more than 1,000, probably
Mm-hmm.
around 500, but a lot of pictures. Okay, make it
Oh,
very visual. Okay, make it visual. It should be, when I look at the page, it should be almost 2/3 pictures.
2/3. Okay.
Okay, 1/3. But enlarge the pictures so it's very visual. Okay,
Okay.
especially the room, or maybe you should start with the platinum and work down to the budget,
Yeah.
because the room should be very visual and very colorful, right? um, and show a picture of a hole, and insert it inside the you know all the pictures,
Mm-hmm.
right? I So be creative, because the idea is to sell them on not just fixing it but improving the room.
Yes.
Okay, then
Understand.
the contractor or handyman that goes there makes such a great job in the room that they get the rest of the house to paint, or they paint the living room or something. Okay.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Should I put it on a Google Docs or a PDF file?
Google Docs always works for me. I prefer
Mm-hmm.
Google Docs to Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't like me. So Google Docs works for me. But I know Justin likes Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
So you may have to do both for a while, but
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that I can get, I mean, Justin reads my Google Docs with no problem. So just do a
mm-hmm.
Google Docs.
Yes, yes. Even I uploaded in Google Microsoft Word, it will become a Google Docs file when we upload it. I believe that's how it works when online.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Try,
yeah. and
try
and
one.
try and
Yeah.
use search terms. Are you familiar with SEMrush? SEMrush?
I've heard it and I've seen it through some social media sites, but I haven't browsed it. But
Okay.
since you mentioned it, I'll check it. Some rush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
SEMrush, because
Mm-hmm.
it will give you search terms, because you're creating SEO content, so you need to know what kind of search terms to use in the article, especially in the heading, right?
Mm-hmm.
So try
Yeah.
to do it. Then that way, when you have 5 or 10 words that you should use, then make sure you incorporate those words into the article. as long as it makes sense. Don't force it, because then if it looks forced, then Google will penalize you for it.
Worst is SEO. Yeah, for
Yeah.
easier to check when they search in Google, it will be easier for to find that blog or content, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yes, yes, yes. I somehow have an idea about search engine. Mm,
Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, and keep track of your hours, keep track of your time when you're doing it. And if you enjoy doing it, like we need someone full-time to be doing content rewriting. So if you enjoy doing that, then that could be your job. Okay.
Mm,
If
yeah.
you like doing a variety of different things, then it's kind of harder, because it's hard for you to be an expert at 3 different things, right?
Yes.
So, and this is why I'm suggesting all these different things, so you can figure out what you're good at and what you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like to do content rewriting, like I said, we're going to need at least a couple of people working full time just doing that. We also need, video editing and other content. If you're comfortable behind or in front of a camera creating video content, we could use someone like that as well. So figure out, sit down, you're married, sit down with your husband over the next couple of days and say, help me design the perfect job for me. Okay. And figure out what that is. Right.
Yeah.
And if we
Yeah.
can incorporate some of those ideas into your job to make you happier, then we're more than prepared to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy people produce better work.
Yes, yes. Well, for this, I'm not yet married, so I'm gonna ask someone I know, some
Okay.
friends that to get ideas about this. But definitely, I'll use Google search for this for now, and little send to you the draft or the content that I'll be creating. So regarding sending my task, where would that be? Is it on Blogger or through email?
Just create a Google document and send me the link to the Google document.
Oh,
Yeah, that,
I'll send it to you through email, right?
through email. Yes, you have my email.
Mm-hmm.
Keep what I usually do is I have a Google document where I keep all emails, and if I find that I keep using the same email, then I'll create a command for it on Dragon Naturally Speaking. But I have a Google document that has everything that I've ever written,
Mm-hmm.
and the document gets pretty big. But then I can do a search, right? Because part of your job on social media, especially Facebook groups, is to ask questions in groups to create engagement. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I can search through that document that's probably 5 or 6 books long, and I can find articles, and I can give you access to that as well, so you can do these things. So part of your job at the beginning will be joining these groups, um, and I'll give you a list. Or next time we get together, we'll share the screen, and I'll show you the ones we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can do it live while we're going through them. There's there's really 4 or 5 that I use every day that have a lot of engagement, and I meet a lot of people there.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, a lot of these are U.S. Groups, but there are a lot of Canadian groups as well that are smaller. And we will be creating other groups as well, but it takes a long time um, to get engagement on a new group. So that's why you kind of have to do both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, I will hold your hand through this whole process. Don't worry so much about, remembering all this stuff and what you
Yes.
need to do. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So only concentrate on writing that article.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, what I was saying before is create a Google document so you can have my calendar link, my Zoom link, everything there. Then it's easy for you to do that. Get Justin's email calendar link there as well. Then that way it's just a click and you can schedule a call.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Google Link. Yes, yes. Mm, Yep. So that, yeah. So my assignment is this drywall repair content. That's it, right? Is it? Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Mm, Regarding my time tracker, what would be the hours? Does it should be long hours or whenever I am trying to work on the article?
Um, well, it should be total time that you spent on that article. I understand that you know, you're on holidays still.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if you spend 5 minutes thinking about it, obviously you're not going to track 5 minutes, but try and think about it, you know, how much time when it's over, how much time you put into it, and you spend
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes one day and 10 minutes or an hour the next day, calculate it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be
Yes.
perfect, but um,
Yep.
does that make sense?
Oh, yes, yes.
I don't want
And
to know that you started at 11:05 and you finished at 11:10. Then you
mm-hmm.
went for coffee for 10 minutes and you came back. I don't want to see that. I just want to see total hours because I
Mm-hmm.
want to know if it takes you 10 hours to write it. I mean, if it's really good and was 10 hours, okay. But really, an article, when you're doing content rewriting, it should be, you know, 30 to 60 minutes to get something really good.
Mm-hmm.
When you
Yeah.
get experience, I mean, the first time is going to take you longer, but once you get experience, once you know, then, you know, it shouldn't take more than 30 or 60 minutes.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Do
And
you have a deadline for this? Just last
whenever you get a
question.
chance, it's
Okay.
Christmas, so whenever you get a chance.
Yes,
When
yes.
is your official start date? Have you established that with Justin?
I've asked him yesterday, and he says it will be first or second week of January.
Okay.
That's what he says. The time is, it will be my time zone. So it depends on the assignment will be given to me as long as I meet the deadlines and producing content or the tasks that will be assigned to me.
Okay. So if you want to work your own time zone, which is our nighttime,
Yeah.
then you should probably consider content rewriting because it doesn't matter what time you're writing it. When you're
Yes.
responding to emails on LinkedIn, we like to have live conversations because a lot of times, so it's let's say 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toronto time, which is your night shift.
One, two. Yeah.
Okay, which is your night shift. Not everybody likes working night shift, so you're really getting the first opportunity to get the content rewriting for this company. So maybe you
Mm-hmm.
should consider that if you want to work your day shift in the Philippines, which is our night shift. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Every time we talk about uh, we're talking about Toronto time. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You work for a Toronto company. So business hours are, let's say, 7 a.m. to 3 or 9 to 5, or we always talk about Toronto time. Okay.
Yes. 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 So the time will be 96, right? On your time, 96 on Toronto?
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I'll just check on your time zone, the difference with our time. I've actually have experience working graveyard shift for US clients, so
Okay.
definitely not a problem. When it
Okay.
comes to you, the things that you mentioned a while ago about real estate, I do have real estate experience working with the clients as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's connected. I'm happy that it's connected.
Okay. Good.
hmm And regarding this will be my first experience as a content writer. Most of my previous experience mostly creating landing pages and websites, graphics design, more on
Okay.
marketing. So this
We
will be
need
a
a lot of
challenge.
graphics done, by the way. Um,
Oh yes, that's my special niche actually, graphics, and of course web design, web landing pages mostly.
okay.
So yeah, I'll take this opportunity as a great challenge, and it's a new thing to me. I'll I will surely enjoy this and learn from you. Yeah.
Okay. And have fun at the same time.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. If there's no other questions, we're going to end here
Mm-hmm.
and schedule another call in a day or two. if you have any questions about the article that you're writing, if you have any questions about anything else. And we're also going to schedule a call with Justin and the other virtual assistants at the same time. We want to probably do a call each morning at a pre-scheduled time so we can talk about goals and strategies and assign assignments and figure out what everybody's doing and comfortable with and stuff like that.
Yes.
Communication is going to be key. We don't want people going in the wrong direction or getting frustrated because they don't understand something,
Yes.
right? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Sorry. I just want to ask, what would be our communication tool? Is it through email or Slack, MS Teams, whatever you prefer to
We
use?
use WhatsApp. We will create
WhatsApp.
a WhatsApp group. Actually, do me a favor, create a WhatsApp group. Add Justin, and we will add the other people, or please add Justin to create a WhatsApp group. Then that way we can all communicate together. So main source of communication is WhatsApp for quick communication, email, and Zoom for face-to-face.
Yes, yes. Regarding WhatsApp, I'll just check the contact contact number that you have on email and Justin as well, so I can connect it to WhatsApp group, right?
Yep.
Okay. My first time to create a group on WhatsApp. Okay.
It's easy.
Yeah. No, I have no more question.
Okay, great. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. We'll talk again soon.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Leo. Enjoy your holiday season and always take care. God
All right.
bless you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.